Good morning. Welcome into the Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier. It is a free for all Friday, and we're live, local, and ready to get things going. Free for all Friday is powered by TJ's Pharmacy and Wellness. TJ's Pharmacy and Wellness, 303 Hargrove Road East. You can find them online at tjspharmacy.com. That's tjspharmacy.com. We'll tell you more about them later on in the program. We welcome you in this morning. Glad that you've chosen to get up and at 'em with us on this beautiful Friday morning. And as always, we're powered by Box Eye Care. Box Eye Care powers it each and every day. So make sure you support them as well. Well, it's a free for all Friday, so that means we can go anywhere you want to go. We can review topics from uh, earlier this week. Of course, the topic that has dominated this week's conversation has been around Alabama naming their starting quarterback. And so, of course, that can be part of Free for All Flashback Friday. Also, I voiced some concerns, didn't dig into it too deep yesterday. Should we be concerned with the defense and the fact that this offense has only thrown 4 touchdowns? Is that a positive for the offense and a negative for the defense, or is it a positive for both? As it just means that we have some quarterbacks that are really ahead of the game, or do we have quarterbacks that are playing cautious? So we'll break that down, and I'll give you my thoughts there as well. Uh, also, we have a big scrimmage coming up. What's your number one goal for the scrimmage? Is the question. What is your goal for the scrimmage? If you're the coach, you have your starting quarterback. What else do you need to take care of this week in terms of preparation for the upcoming ball game? There is going to be, I think, one more scrimmage, but what do you want to accomplish in the second scrimmage of camp? We're so used to the big topic still being who's going to be our quarterback, who's going to be our quarterback. Well, we don't have that question anymore. So, what do we see as a big topic for for tomorrow, for the next scrimmage, I should say? And so I encourage you, give me a call, post your thoughts, your comments, your reactions in the live stream chat. You can always follow us there on facebook.com/, The Martin Houston Show. Other things that I have, a couple KPIs that I want to talk about in regards to the quarterback position that Grubb has made an obvious statement. He says it numerous times, every time, all the time. So we may play some repeat audio from yesterday. I warned you, it's already happening. Um, that don't get caught up in this because Ty's the quarterback this year and he has a chance to be great this year. Doesn't mean that he was ready to be the quarterback last year. Uh, and for some of you, and I have he's a friend of mine, and commented on some of my stuff, and he may be listening today. What happened in the Vanderbilt game is not what caused the problem in the Oklahoma game. Okay, there was discipline challenges with last year's team, but maybe we need to check Saban uh, and not DeBoer, because tell me one DeBoer player that you've heard, one guy that DeBoer recruited here that's gotten in trouble, that's misbehaved, that's misrepresented the Crimson Tide, that's misrepresented the Jersey. Tell me one guy. And there may be some out there. I'm not saying they're not. But all of the examples of Alabama's discipline problems last year were guys who had played for the former GOAT and who was rebelling or resisting the new culture. And go back and check it. Go back and check the guys who got in trouble. And there wasn't a lot of, and on top of that, there wasn't a lot of trouble or a lot of discipline problems. And there was some inconsistencies on the field. Uh, and so when I hear people say the board doesn't have discipline and doesn't know how to maintain his team and stuff, it's just different. Some people scream, yell, shout, cuss, fuss, etc., and that works for some people. I don't think it works as well in today's generation because of the way parents raise their kids. I think you better know how to talk to kids, talk to players, connect with players on more than just screaming and yelling. And I think we saw that the board's approach works when it comes to pulling together a team and holding together a team. So we can talk about that as well. And then, of course, we want to talk about the scrimmage performances, repeat performances. Who do you want to see a big day out of? Who do you want to see step up? Who are some of the guys that have stepped up, et cetera? So we'll break all of those things down. I invite you to get in on the conversation once again. Always, let me know what's going on in your world, your thoughts, etc. Julene telling me no radio. Julene, I'm fully aware that there's no radio, but I can't do anything about that. That's on the technical side. Chase and the team are working on that. So hopefully they will get the radio airways back up here in a moment. But I'm live and local right here on the live stream. So same content, just not able to listen on the radio, and I'll apologize to those that normally listen that way. Hopefully, as I said, Chase, and then we'll get that back up and at them this morning. So, all right. So remember that this is the day that the Lord has made. So let's rejoice and be glad in it. Take some time to notice someone, love someone, serve someone, be the difference you want to see in the world today. All right, lots of places to go, but I'm going to start off with just a little bit of Grubb's audio because like I said, I want us to enjoy Ty Simpson as the quarterback and not spend all our time talking about why he should have beaten out Jalen Milroe. Ty himself said why he didn't beat out Jalen Milroe. He didn't know how to handle negative plays. When something bad would go wrong, his maturity level was he would just dive in and stay there. He couldn't pull himself out of a bad situation. So, what was Coach Grubb's advice to Ty now that he's the starter?
Don't change anything. Like we still got a lot of stuff to clean up. Remember what got you the job, the things that you're a challenge to improve on after spring and that you did do to this point in camp. Nothing has to change. So I think you just got to keep improving on the things that he knows he has to work on. And this is just, it's an announcement. It's a starting point. If you have any kind of finality to this announcement, whether you're the backup or the starter, I think, they're going to rob themselves of some really good opportunities.
All right. So he literally said the things you need to work on from the spring. So what did Ty need to work on from the spring? What advice did he give Ty in terms of, hey, Ty, you're now the starter. You came out of spring. Oh, hold on. Oh, so you mean to tell me that Ty grew as a player from last year to this year? So if I'm assessing how good he could be this year, I can take that and automatically take that back to last year. That's the craziness of the people who are talking about just because Ty had a chance to be great. And I put up some statistical numbers this year. People are saying, well, if he could be that great this year, then he could have been good enough last year. That's not how football works. That's not how life works. That's not how anything works, guys. It doesn't work that way. You get better if you grow and mature and develop. Peyton Manning started as a rookie, and he was horrible. He was horrible. And then he got better. But the only reason he started was because they had put all that money into him. If they had another option, Peyton Manning would not have started. Ty Simpson didn't start last year because he wasn't ready. But I believe he's 100% ready this year. And I think we're going to see some greatness. But Coach had some advice for him. Coach had some advice for him on what he needs to work on.
Just keep being him, honestly. I think if he started acting out of character or doing some things that he hadn't done to this point, I think that would be the red flag for the team or the guys. You know, I think that he's established the type of person he is in the locker room. He's known these guys for a long time. And just keep being himself. You know, my advice to him was just be authentic. You know, as long as he does that, locker room has the best read for that. They know when guys aren't, and just stay in the wheelhouse.
All right. So Ty just needs to be himself, be authentic. What does that look like? What does that mean? We'll talk about it on the other side. You listen to the Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier. We're going to take a quick break. Maybe see if they have been able to get the Wi-Fi going and figure out what's happening in terms of the technology there, and we'll get back on the other side. So just give me a moment. We'll be back. You'll listen to the Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier, powered by Box Eye Care. It's a free-for-all Flashback Friday, powered by TJ's Pharmacy and Wellness. We'll be back in just a moment.
Tide 100.9 traffic.
Tuscaloosa traffic now from the Townsend Nissan Traffic Center. A very good morning to you in TGIF. Getting off to a nice and quiet start, as we typically do around the Tuscaloosa area. Looking good, even inside the construction zone. Just be careful as you travel on University Boulevard. Now, you do have some road closures there, various lanes in between Campus West Drive and Hackberry Lane. With your Tuscaloosa traffic now, I'm Tammy Thomas.
This report is sponsored by Stand Up to Cancer.
Shop Townsend Nissan today. Fair, fun, and fast. The right products at the right place. That's why people shop Townsend Nissan, Scotland Boulevard, Tuscaloosa.
Joe Buck and John Smoltz welcoming you back to the City Center Convenience Mart. Uh-oh. She's looking at the cigarettes, but she just grabs the gum off the counter. Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer. Go to takeahealthystand.org.
There's the, yes, I'd like some popcorn, yes. There's the, yes, my team won, yes. And then there's the yes you never forget. When you open a tiny box that says Fincher and Osmond, it's only second in line behind I do, but it's a yes you'll feel down to your toes.
I'm Tom Osmond, your jeweler at Fincher and Osmond Jewelers. Not so easy to find on McFarland, between Edgar's and Local Roots.
Honey, the check engine light just came on and it's making that weird clunking sound again. This is all we needed before vacation. I just know this is going to be a huge repair bill, and our factory warranty expired last month.
Don't you worry your head about it, dear. Remember a few weeks ago when I was looking into vehicle protection plans? I signed us up for CarShield.
You did? But I thought those things were expensive and complicated.
Not CarShield. They They have a low-cost month-to-month plan, and it covers our out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Plus, it includes free roadside assistance, free towing, and even car rental options at no additional cost.
Are you serious? So we won't have to pay for covered repairs again?
That's right. They even said we'd pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. It was so easy to get a free quick quote. Now we can focus on our trip instead of repair bills.
Don't wait for a breakdown to realize you need coverage. If you own a vehicle with an auto warranty about to expire or no warranty coverage at all, call CarShield now for your free quick quote. Call 800-923-6829. That's 800-923-6829. Call CarShield now and future-proof your ride. 800-923-6829. Again, 800-923-6829.
Hey, I'm Martin Houston, and I want to tell you about exciting news happening at Box Eye Care. They moved to fresh look just for you. Enjoy inventory, competitive prices, and faster service, all with the same great level of service you've come to know and trust. Discover this full-service eye care at Box Eye Care's new location. With their in-house lab, they offer unbeatable value and one of the largest frame. That's boxeyecare.com or call 205-342-0660. That's 205-342-0660. Visit them at 5003 Oscar Baxter Drive. That's Box Eye Care. Your vision, our priority.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
The sky partially sunny today. A few spots could see a shower or storm this afternoon or this evening. The high today 92, tonight's low 74. Tomorrow partly to mostly sunny with only isolated storms around. The high 93. I'm James Spann with the Alabama Weather Network on Tide 100.9. It's 76 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
Keep it locked into Tide 100.9 for more of the Martin Houston Show with Martin Houston and X's and O's Sports Xavier Houston.
Yeah, it was, I really felt like he had showed enough through camp to be, kind of the dominant player in the room. And I felt like it was the best thing for the team just to move forward, and get the guys going and give some establishment to that position so the team could get behind him.
Last question. You mentioned Geno Smith, but going back to Jake Haener, Michael Penix, what's the common thread that you need to see in your starting quarterback, and how does Simpson have that?
Decision-making and vision. Those are the two things, and for Ty, that's the thing is he's got good vision, and his decision making has went off the charts compared to what it was, and he just keeps doing that and being himself. He'll be a. That's the thing is he's got good vision.
All right. For all of those that's gonna spend Chase, welcome back to all of you who are on the radio airwaves. We were broadcasting in that first section. I told you yesterday. I warned you yesterday that you're gonna hear people who don't understand football talking about if Ty's gonna be that good this year, he should have been a quarterback last year. You can't make a guy quarterback last year off of his growth and development and performance this year. Listen to what his coach said. Listen to what his coach said about why he's the starter now and his growth from last year.
Vision. And his decision making has went off the charts compared to what it was, and he just keeps doing that and being himself.
Not that it improved a little bit, Chase, but that it went off the charts compared to what it was. That's why Ty Simpson's the quarterback this year. That's why Ty Simpson held off Austin Mack. That's why Ty Simpson held off of the other guy. And here's the other thing. Who knows what? Who knows? He has two distinct reasons. Chase, let me ask you it this way: have you ever seen two people look at the same thing and have different opinions of what's good? You ever seen that? Okay. For instance, are all of the cars on the highway white cars?
No.
Why? Because one person looks at the same model of car and likes some other characteristic and traits about it, right?
Correct.
So why do we think that you can't have the same thing happen? We have a new offensive coordinator. We have a guy who's a year older. We have more weapons at wide receiver, more weapons at running, more improved weapons at running back and Jam Miller and crew. We have an offensive line that is protecting better, but yet we're going to say, based on all of that criteria, that Ty should have been the quarterback last year. Man, you people tickle me that don't know sport. Anyway, I'm venting this morning, Chase. So let me finish out what he had to say. I want all those people to hear it one more time, Chase, so that hopefully I won't have to address this again this year, but I probably will. What you think? Why is Ty Simpson the quarterback this year?
That's the thing, is he's got good vision, and his decision making has went off the charts compared to what it was, and he just keeps doing that and being himself. He'll be a really, really good quarterback.
Oh, okay. Anyway, there we go. All right, I'm through having fun, Chase. It was a free for all Friday, but I'm having I'm having some fun here. Anyway, let's check in on the phone lines. I got a buddy of mine calling in to talk about an event that I wanted to highlight. That's coming up that if you're in the Tuscaloosa area, you're definitely going to want to be a part of it. David Hart, how you doing, man? Is David there?
You got it going this morning, but
you
hear me? You got me?
Yeah, you're on.
Okay. Hey, you got it going on this morning. You're trying to get everybody straight.
I'm just trying to. I've already once Ty was named the starter, I knew this was going to happen. I knew people were going to start just because that's the way it works. It's just. I even you know why, David? I knew it was going to happen because when I won the job as a starter after Kevin Turner graduated, you know what I had people tell me? Because of the way I performed, huh?
You should have been the starter the year before.
That's right, and that's not true, right? And so I went through it personally, knowing that people. I was a year older, I was a year improved, and we had a different team. And my skill set really, really helped the team, in what we wanted to do in '92. It helped, the team. And so I just know how people are. That's just it's like Bryce Young should have been the starter in front of Mac Jones. If Bryce had took Alabama all the way to the national championship, you'd have heard that. The reality of it is, it's a year later, guys. Anyway, Milroe didn't have a great season. He didn't end up great and all of that stuff. But to blame it on DeBoer's discipline and all of that, I'm telling you, DeBoer's discipline and approach is fine. It works. It's different. And with this new generation, it probably will have more success. Now, that doesn't mean that he's going to match Saban's success. It just means that his approach could have as much success as Saban would have had in this era. We don't know how good Saban would have been with this new generation of players. We don't know, because the reality of it is, I love Coach Saban. He's the GOAT. But how many championships did we have his last 5 years, 6 years? 1. So if what's his name gets 1 in the next 5 years, he's on track with where Saban ended. So there we go. Anyway, you called in and talk a little bit about. I'd asked you to call in and talk a little bit about the men's pigskin kickoff 2025 featuring Sylvester Croom. Tell us a little bit about this event and what's going on.
Well, you've been every year, so you can speak to it as far as the value of it. But it's going to be Monday, August the 25th. We're actually conducting it at Tuscaloosa River Mark this year. And Sylvester Croom and Tyler Watts are the speakers. And Martin, I was thinking last night, if you've never heard Sylvester speak in person, and I have, he's one of those unique people that will make some chill bumps run up your back. You've been around some of those people that when they come in a room, they have a presence. That was Coach Bryant, that was Coach Stallings, that was Coach Saban, and Sylvester has that same kind of presence.
Yeah,
he's real straightforward. He's gonna tell you some good football stories, but he's also going to talk to you about life a little bit too, and that's what we want him to do. So if you've never heard him in person, you want to do that. And then of course we've got Tyler Watts, who's on the radio broadcast team, and Tyler will have some great stories too. The event, like I said, it's a week from it's August the 25th, Monday. It'll be 5:15. The doors open. We'll have a meal. The program will start at 6 with Tyler first, and then follow with Sylvester. We're trying to raise some money for Tuscaloosa Angels. That's a nonprofit group here in town that helps with foster kids and foster families, and doing a great work. I'm involved in a small group at church, and we've adopted one of those families. I'm telling you what, that's just been nothing but a blessing. But if you're interested in attending, you can purchase a table for $400. That's a reserved table, and that gives you 10 seats so you and your buddies can sit together. Or you can buy an individual ticket for $25. And if you want a ticket, you can call University Church of Christ at 205-553-3001 from 8 to 12 Monday to Friday. Or you can call me 24/7. That's David Harden at 205-454-7088. 454-7088. And one other thing I want you to think about is that this will be the second year in the row that we've had a speaker who's in the College Football Hall of Fame. Sylvester's in that. Last year we had John Hanna. And so we've had some really good speakers. In the year before that, we had Reese Davis. So we try to bring some people that will tell some sports stories, but also, more importantly, give us some good life lessons. So this is something
setting the bar pretty high, Dave. You guys are setting the bar pretty high, man. And I always tell, Sylvester Groom, of course, having been here in Tuscaloosa, his dad was the chaplain when I first got here, and under Coach Bryant. Sylvester's, they've been some trendsetters, the Croom family in Tuscaloosa and beyond, and of course, I always say Sylvester Croom is kind of a company of one. He'll always be the first African American to coach an SEC football team, and he broke a barrier that I hope continues to be broken based on quality of the coach and the person, not just based on their race. But they had a good one. Unfortunately, it was a tough situation for him. But man, a trendsetter. He played a big role in helping me transition and how I transitioned from college to the pros. He gave me some inside scoop. So great guy. I encourage you. Once again, it's typically for those who have been before, it's still sponsored and hosted, I should say, by UCC, University Church of Christ, but it's being held at the Tuscaloosa River Market this year. Food is at 5:15. The festivities and the programming and the talking starts at 6 o'clock. So it's a great time to fellowship with the guys and see. You're going to see a lot of Alabama guys you hadn't seen probably in a while. But it's going to be hosted at Tuscaloosa River Market. There's a solid auction component there, and I'm telling you, I absolutely love Tuscaloosa Angels. My prior job, we sponsored them. We hosted their backpack at the place that I work with. And so I have a fond heart for Tuscaloosa Angels. And they're different. They're not foster care, guys. They are supporting the parents of those who have foster care, helping to offer things like childcare and support for the family, not just the kids. So if you know a foster family out there that's not connected with Tuscaloosa Angels, I'd tell you to find out more about them. And they're hosted out of a UCC as well. The last I checked, their office is still there, right, David?
Well, they've been there since their inception, but earlier in the year they have a house that's
awesome.
downtown Northport, about half a block down from City Cafe.
That's awesome.
And,
that's even better.
So they're growing. They grew out of our facility, which is a good thing. I'm going to tell you a quick story about them. I'm in a group, and we had adopted a family, and their last name are the Crafts. And the Crafts have taken on a lot of kids that have special needs. I'm talking about Downs and a lot of really, really tough situations. And they just have a heart for these kids. And they've actually adopted one of these children. And I can't help every time I see them thinking about your old coach, Coach Stallings, and Johnny Stallings, and how, somehow or another, how that their influence has, still left a presence here about helping people in need, whether they have good health or special needs. So I think about Coach Stallings a lot.
I'm going to leave it with this. Think about the last 3 national championship winning coaches. Think about the last 3 national championship winning coaches, David. You had Coach Bryant, who to this day, his impact on not just the football field, his impact on community and family still exists to this day. You have Coach Stallings, who through Coach Bryant did it through the means that he had at the time. Coach Stallings did it through his impact with Rise, right? And now Coach Saban is doing it through Nick's Kids, and you're going to have the Saban Center. If I was a coach out there, I would be looking at. I would figure out real quick that the best guys, and I'm not saying this. Jesus, our Lord and Savior, said, "I came to serve and not be served." In other words, the greatest amongst the Alabama fans, nation, the last 3 greatest of us, all did what? Left a legacy by leaving something for all of those that came after them and helping the water and the tide rise in their life. I have to get the break here, David, but I'll hit it again. And that date is August 25th, not this upcoming Monday,
right.
The following Monday.
Be the first Monday of football season.
That's right.
There you go. Yeah, Precious, man, I appreciate all your involvement, and I appreciate always seeing your smiling face there, too.
Appreciate you, sir. Roll Tide, David Harton. Guys, go check it out. You can call UCC. You can call them, and I'll tell you, you can call them at 205-553-3001. That's University Church of Christ. Look them up if you can. They're asking for tickets to the men's kick-off 2025 semester room, headlining, Tyler Watts, kicking it off, color analyst for the Crimson Tide. Hold tight, we got some phones lined up, waiting to talk about the Tide. I'll be back on the other side.
Tide 100.9 traffic.
Tuscaloosa traffic now from the Townsend Nissan Traffic Center. A very good morning to you and TGIF. Getting off to a nice and quiet start, as we typically do around the Tuscaloosa area. Looking good, even inside the construction zone. Just be careful as you travel on University Boulevard. Now, you do have some road closures there, various lanes in between Campus West Drive and Hackberry Lane. With your Tuscaloosa traffic now, I'm Tammy Thomas.
Aaron Lewis and the Stateliners. Cause a country boy is all I'll ever be. The American Is It Kids Tour. Saturday, October 4th, Pearl River Resort Silver Star Convention Center. Tickets on sale now at pearlriverresort.com. More at aaronlewismusic.com.
I'm American as it gets.
Aaron Lewis and the Stateliners, American as it gets tour.
Lowe's knows when you're looking for reliability, the right brand makes all the difference. And now, Lowe's is the exclusive home improvement retailer for the Whirlpool water treatment line, including their Wi-Fi softener, under-sink filtration system, and more. With Whirlpool's proven performance and our everyday low prices, better tasting, better quality water is within reach. Shop pro-trusted brands like Whirlpool and more, in-store or online. Lowe's. We help, you save.
Houston Hydrosteam. That's Houston Hydrosteam. Quality work you can stand on. Whether you're looking for carpet and upholstery cleaning, oriental rug cleaning, residential or commercial water damage, and a whole lot more, you need to call Houston Hydrosteam at 205-553-9460, 553-9460, or visit them online at houstonhydrosteam.com. And once again, Houston Hydrosteam is quality work you can stand on.
The John Deere Gator XUV lets you cut, pack, drive, scout, weld, stack, feed, pull, load, tow, spray, and haul, all in a single day. Because with the highest cargo box volume in its class, customizable features, and a towing capacity of up to 4,000 pounds, it gets the job done. You just have to get in the seat. Learn more at your John Deere dealer or visit johndeere.com/GatorXUV.
Hey man, thanks for coming so fast. I couldn't get anyone else to pick up.
Yeah, it's been a busy week. I'm not complaining though. Business is way up lately.
Wow, good for you. I've been trying to grow my accounting practice, but it's been pretty slow.
Yeah, I was in the same boat last year. What really helped me was checking out this site, mylocalcustomers.com.
Never heard of it.
Well, most people haven't. It gives you a look at how many people in town are searching for what you do, and it also provides a plan to help them actually find you.
Like online?
Exactly. It's eye-opening, and it only takes a couple minutes to get started.
Huh. Well, you fixed my sink. Maybe you just fixed my business too.
Want to know how many people in your area are searching for your type of business? Start with a local customer analysis at mylocalcustomers.com. It's quick, it's easy, and it's free. Go to mylocalcustomers.com today.
That's mylocalcustomers.com. Mylocalcustomers.com.
Welcome back to the Martin Houston Show, the sound of Bama sports. Your show, your team, on your home for Alabama sports. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
I remember my sophomore year when it happened. Really, it was after a spring scrimmage. I came in. I didn't really do a lot. I came in. I just started crying. I was just like, man, like what is going on, man? Like what? I just don't feel like it's not fun to me anymore. And my dad asked me. He was like, man, like how's your faith doing? What are you doing to make sure that you give everything to trust in the Lord? And I had to sit back and I was like, man, like you're right. Like I'm more worried about how people perceive me in football than they do, how I walk in my faith and how I am as a person, man. So, football means a lot to me. Don't get me wrong. I make sure that I'm gonna do everything because He's given me this platform and He's given me this opportunity. But no matter how many touchdowns I throw, no matter how many wins I have at the University of Alabama, I'm a Christian first, and I know that I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Him.
You mentioned Coach. All right, let's get back into it. He has been on a journey since that moment, and his journey has been rewarded. He didn't transfer. He didn't cop out. He didn't run. He stopped worried about what everybody else was saying, and he's locked in. He has a great quarterback coach. He has a great offense coordinator, a great relationship with his head coach. All of that coming together with great weapons, great offensive line. Ty Simpson poised to lead Alabama to some special things in 2025. We got a couple guys that want to talk about it. Let's go to the phone lines. Ragged Glory, you're in on the Empowerment, Leadership, and People's Solutions Hotline. What's on your mind, sir?
Good morning. It's been a minute since we've talked.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know what? I feel like we could have maybe held off another week, maybe a week and a half, before we announced our starting quarterback.
You know
It's a
why they
strategy
did?
type of thing.
You know why they did?
Why?
To give him his team.
Okay, I totally agree. I can see both sides
Give
of the
him his
fence.
team.
And
Now they don't have to. There's no pressure to monitor reps with the ones. That doesn't mean other guys won't get reps with the ones, but they're not under the pressure that Austin is getting frustrated or Keelan's getting frustrated because they're not getting one reps. They know that the number one guy is getting those reps, and the timing and the natural progression of muscle memory. Remember, Saban said we practice not to not get it wrong. We practice so that we can't get it. I mean, to the point that we can't get it wrong. In other words, everybody else, is trying to get there and get perfect. He said he want to get to the point. I mean, not get perfect, but trying to get where they don't mess up. Saban saying we're trying to get to the point where we can't get it wrong. Well, you can't do that without the necessary reps. And I think Saban hurt his teams the last few years because he didn't name a starter clearly, and the guy didn't get enough reps.
okay, I agree with all of that. And you know what? I have the utmost confidence in Ty. He's been here, and think about the knowledge and the skill sets that he's been able to assimilate even through all of the different offensive changes as far as coordinators are concerned. I think he's fully capable and ready to go. He has no distractions. He's graduated already, so it's studying football. And you know what? I have the utmost confidence to actually tell you this team can and will go undefeated. We'll have some struggles. There are going to be some close games, but I think we can beat any team in this league as long as the staff, all the coaches, and the teammates understand and execute every game plan one at a time. Look at your opponent, understand them, conquer. And if something's not working, I have a feeling there's plan B and plan C ready to go.
I agree with you.
Don't stick with the same thing that's not working. Change it up. Don't wait until the second half. Mess up the defenses. Keep them off balance, man. And you know what? We're going to go all the way, one game at a time.
I'm on the board with you of a national title. I don't know about undefeated. I'm saying that's a tough ticket, but I'm on board with you as they have the potential for that, and definitely have them getting to the national championship. Thanks, Ragged Glory. Appreciate you, man. Roll Tide. Let's get Philip in. Philip, you're in on the Empowerment Leadership and People Solutions Hotline. What's on your mind, sir?
Hey, Martin, I was going to say that I think in this case, for this team and for this staff and where they are, I think it was absolutely the mature thing to do to go ahead and name Ty the starter now, as opposed to what we did with that flamboyant theatrics we did 2 years ago with the three guys, including Simpson, who was involved in that. So I thought it was a mature move. I'm glad the coaching staff did that, and it kind of goes against the grain a little bit. I liked it. I'm glad it's over with. It's his team. It's his team, and that's important.
Well, Saban was the only one that kind of did that. Most coaches kind of do what they're doing because it gives a chance. Okay, let me ask you this. Do you think Ty's confidence would be higher or lower if he was named the starter the week before the season?
I think his confidence should be a lot higher.
No, if he was named 2 weeks later versus now.
No, I think that would have been detrimental.
That's what I'm saying. And then the other guys, then what would have happened? You would have had you wait. Now you inject. Guess what else you inject into the formula, Philip? You inject
Also,
these guys going, the guys who are the backups going, well, man, I mean, I thought that my last week or so, man, I thought that I had done enough to be the starter. Now you have time. You have time to do a couple things. You have time to work on the depth of the quarterback room. Now these two guys are competing for who's going to be the first man up, next man up. And so now, instead of having just one big battle, because if you name Ty the starter 2 weeks from now, you still have, okay, if all three of them were still in the running, who's the backup? And the backup needs to be getting more reps too. And so I think you're going to see the backup. I think you're going to see the depth chart named after this scrimmage.
Right. Hey, Martin, I was going to ask you, you're a pretty good guy. You've got good insight and can think behind the lines. Alabama's going to build a basketball facility. Arena.
Do it now?
I said, I was listening to Burns' comments the other night on Hey Coach, and he kind of gave me the impression we're going to build a basketball arena.
Yeah, I think they're going to build. It's going to be supposedly separated from where they're at. You're talking about just to play basketball in?
Yeah, I'm talking about a new replacement for Coleman Coliseum.
I don't think it's going to be a replacement per se for Coleman Coliseum, but I do think there's just going to be another place that Alabama basketball plays. In other words, Coleman they're not going to put it where Coleman is unless something changes, because they're building up all of the think about the complex versus Bryant-Denny. That's the way it's going to be. The Coleman Coliseum is going to become the complex, like the Mile Moore facility is to football. And then they're going to play. Somewhere else. Huh?
I don't know if we're on the same page. All I'm saying is Alabama is going to build a new. I don't know where it's going to be, but they're going to build a new one.
Yeah, it's going to be. Supposedly, it's going to be over there, close to down below in that area, close to where Rhodes Stadium is, softball.
Yeah, I think it'll happen. His comments the other day made me think that. And since we're such good buddies with Trump and he loves us so much, give him a call and tell him to get us a good deal on some steel girders.
I'll call him up, man.
Yeah, well, they ought to be doing it.
I'll call him up and see what we can get from him. All right. Thanks, Philip. Have a good one, man. All right. You know what? I need to ask Philip. I haven't talked to Philip. I need to ask Philip about his thoughts of the American Pope. We hadn't talked since that happened. We're going to get Pat on the other side coming back. Just a couple quick things we want to hit on the other side. Not much time left, but give you a few thoughts on the scrimmage that's coming up. You listen to the Martin Houston Show, powered by Box Eye Care. It's a free-for-all Friday, powered by TJ's Pharmacy and Wellness. Come back on the other side. We'll have the Harvest Church 2-minute warning.
Coming up on The Game with Ryan Fowler.
Coming up on the Friday edition of The Game, we'll talk to Nick Kelly, one of the beat reporters covering the University of Alabama. We're going to preview Alabama's second scrimmage. We'll do it with Brent Beard from First Coast News. We'll talk SEC and ACC on a free-for-all Friday, sponsored by Brian Hart Construction. We'll take your phone calls starting at 2 p.m. here on The Game on Tide 100.9, 1230 WTBC, your home of Alabama Crimson Tide Sports.
The longest running sports program in Tuscaloosa. The Game with Ryan Fowler. Weekdays from 2 to 6 p.m. on Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
Tide 100.9 traffic.
Tuscaloosa traffic now from the Townsend Nissan Traffic Center. We are moving right about on the Tuscaloosa freeways and side streets for your TGIF without delays. Looking good on University Boulevard. You do want to watch out for the road construction, however, in both directions between Campus West Drive and Hackberry Lane. Also moving about 2059 Just Gorgeous and between 359 and Joe Malisham. You will have a few construction points between that stretch, but you do not have the delays. With your Tuscaloosa traffic now, I'm Tammy Thomas.
This report is sponsored by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation.
Shop Townsend Nissan today. Fair, fun, and fast. The right products at the right place. That's why people shop Townsend Nissan, Scott and Boulevard, Tuscaloosa.
The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org.
Hey, this is Wyatt Fulton from Tide 100.9. Since moving to Tuscaloosa in 2022, I've been embraced by the community, and we want to help do the same for you and your business. I'm passionate about the Tide listeners, and I know that they will support advertisers whose products and services we endorse. At Town Square Media Tuscaloosa, we can help create customized radio and digital marketing plans to help grow your business. Hit me up at wyatt.fulton@townsquaremedia.com, and I can tell you more, and let's help your business score big.
365, 24/7. You'll find road and utility crews, tow truck, law enforcement, and first responders working along Alabama's roadway.
We're making improvements and helping our communities stay connected.
We're working hard to make sure you're safe on the road. Now we need your help to make sure we're safe too.
Alabama's move over law requires you to move over a lane when you see flashing lights on the roadside. And if you can't safely move over, please slow down.
Visit DriveSafeAlabama.org, brought to you by the Alabama Department of Transportation, Alabama Broadcasters Association, and this station.
Are you receiving unemployment? Your benefits could be at risk. Here's how you can protect yourself and your benefits. Never respond to mail notifying you of a false claim in your name. Never answer a text message asking you to verify your account. And only respond to official Alabama Department of Labor's social media pages. Report fraud at labor.alabama.gov/fraud. Brought to you by the Alabama Department of Labor, ABA, and the station. The Alabama Department of Labor is an equal opportunity employer program. Auxiliary aids and services available upon request to individuals with disabilities. Dial 711 for TTY accessibility.
Do you have timberland you don't know what to do with? Give North River Timber Company a call. Courtney Watt and his team of over 20 years experience offer timber harvesting, timber appraisals, comprehensive management plans for that special tract of land that you own. Courtney and his team can help you decide how to maximize your highest potential for your land. Timber is like money in the bank. See what your investment can do for you. Contact Courtney Watt at 205-242-5127. North River Timber, co@gmail.com. North River Timber Company.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. It paid for me to be the first person in my family to go to school. That education got me to the first day at my dream job, which I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job and the home loan benefits I got from the Army National Guard helped me buy my first house. I also know that I will be one of the first to respond if my community ever needs me.
Sponsored by the Alabama Army National Guard. Aired by the Alabama Broadcasters Association and this station.
It's time for the Martin Houston Show. With the same hard-hitting, no-nonsense approach in which he played the game, Martin will take you inside the locker room, down on the field, and across the goal line with his in-depth analysis.
All righty, welcome back into the Martin Houston Show with Martin and Xavier. We're live local right here on your home for Alabama sports, Tide 100.9, 12:30 a.m. And it's now time for the Harvest Church 2-minute warning. We're bringing in Pat. Pat, you're in on the Empowerment Leadership and People Solutions Hotline. What's on your mind, sir?
Man, defense, Martin. Defense wins championships. You talked about it all week long. You touched on it. That is the fact that we have quite a few 5-stars on out of our wide receivers that are coming about, and that Jalen Hale is getting better and better every practice.
Yep.
Is this the issue, or is it the fact that we're not as good in the defensive backfield and pass rush as we had hoped we would be?
Why
is it that our quarterbacks, all three of them, are way more accurate than we think?
I think it's the last thing, Pat. I think it's a combination of everything you just talked about. I think offensively, the quarterback play, the quarterback coach, the style of plays we run where you layer the route tree end zone back to the line of scrimmage, putting the running backs into the routes. Our quarterbacks are taking what the defense gives them, okay, and they're taking the gimmies, the drop downs, and you heard Ty say hitting what's his name in open space, Ryan Williams, but also hitting Jam Miller in open space and letting them run with the ball versus having to complete it, 35, 40 yards down the field. So I think it's that. Wyatt Fulton did an article, and Kane Womack said he's not worried about the defense. They're farther along than they were this time last year. This offense is really playing well, and that's kudos to the offense, not a negative on the defense.
That's kind of what I thought. Are we going to have to score 38 points a game in order to win games?
I don't think so, Pat, but I hope that we score more than that. I hope we get back up into that 40 range. So I'm going to have to let you go, Pat. Apologize for time. But, yeah, Pat, I don't think we're going to have to score that many to win. I think there may be a couple games where we have to. But I think on average, I think we're going to have one of the best defenses in the country, and we're going to see that play out early and often. But I also think our offense is going to be a juggernaut, and I think we're going to do some great things. Didn't really get into the scrimmage as much, but I think that this scrimmage is going to be all about getting depth, creating depth in all of the positions, especially in the defensive line area, getting some guys back. Hopefully James will be back. I also think it's going to be about the trenches, getting depth in those two areas. I also think we're going to get our second-team quarterback and third-team quarterback. I think that room is going to be settled after the scrimmage. Also, I think don't panic when you see this team maybe throw some interceptions on tomorrow. And I think A.J. McCarron said it best when he said this.
Ty, I don't want this kid to lose his confidence off of some tough games or some tough throws or bad decisions.
And he said, hey, let's be patient with Ty. Let's be patient with Ty. Let's be patient with this team. The second scrimmage tomorrow, we'll be breaking that scrimmage down on Monday and everything that it brings to the table. We want to wish you a great weekend. The Harvest Church 2-minute warning is completed. It's Friday, followed by today's and check us out at Harvest Church. Harvest Church, we love God, love people. Check us out at 10 a.m. Worship the Word, Bible study at 9 a.m. Roll Tide, everybody. So Lord always, and not one on seven, always, not him, and he will get us protect you and faith.
It's a celebration.
Thank you for listening to the Martin Houston Show on your home for Alabama sports. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
Here's what's trending on the Tuscaloosa.